All right. We live. I got my partner, AJ Simmons. He be killing the game. And for those of y'all that don't know, I like to call him the drunken master of the cleaning game. This dude, let me straighten up and be for real. Give him a proper introduction. So basically, AJ Simmons is a YouTuber. He has a channel called AJ Simmons Everybody Eats. And basically on his channel, he basically focuses on the cleaning industry as far as commercial cleaning. Correct me if I'm wrong. I found this channel about a month ago, a month and a half, I say about 5 weeks ago. And man, I watch everything he put up now. So this brother really is sharp, intelligent, knows the game. He lives in Virginia, but he moved down to Jacksonville, worked at JanPro. By the way, he's a JanPro franchisee. And he worked with JanPro. Now, the reason when I found AJ's channel, I literally became immersed for about 3 days straight. I went through his first video. I scrolled all the way to the bottom of his channel and just went up. Like this dude, I was like, man, this dude, I love what he's saying. Now, the reason I like what he do is because anybody can get in if they're intelligent and they're ready to work, and you come to work with your hard hat on, ready to work. So without further ado, I'm gonna let him come on in and just, introduce himself. If it's something I missed, so feel free to go ahead, bro.
So thank you for having me on again, Bill. I really appreciate it. And Drunken Master was fine. You didn't have to do all of that. So I think you covered it. If they need to know more, just search AJ Simmons on YouTube, and hopefully I could be of service to you.
Yeah, man. So if you don't mind, for the people that may watch this later on, or even a couple of people we got on his, shout out to y'all. What led you into this business? Why did you do it, and why did you? Surely you like it, or you wouldn't do all the videos you've done, and you really like what you do. So
right.
Y'all gonna have to excuse me. That's my little boy, man. He out here acting crazy.
That's all good. That's the real grind right there. When you keep getting it in, even when the family, the kids, they got to know about that. But So basically, I got started actually in high school. I was working for another guy who we call Pops, and he had a Jenny King franchise. And what I always knew coming out of high school was I'm not going to college just because I hated high school enough. It was no way I was going to make it through another 4 years of school. And so since I didn't know what else to do, I found out about cleaning franchise by working for the guy Pops. And when I saw that Pops, he was living in the little high-rise condo downtown, and he was driving the Audi, so he seemed like he was good. So I was like, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So after that, by the time I turned 19, I did a little military time. I used my military bonus once I got the enlistment bonus back, and I used that money to buy my first cleaning franchise at the age of 19. And that was pretty much it, man. When I saw the way that guy was living, combined with the fact that I realized I didn't need a college degree to own a company, and then that was just pretty much it. And so initially I didn't really buy in thinking that I was going to get rich on it. I just bought in because I knew that, hey, I can be my own boss. I ain't got to go to college. This is where it's at. You know what I mean? Now you fast forward, because that business didn't do too well the first time I bought in, due to my actions. You know what I mean? I wasn't a good franchise over the first time around, so went out of business on that one. Bought back in I think that was 2014. I bought back in again. That was with JanPro, and this time I bought in just looking for multiple sources of income. Again, I wasn't really trying to get rich off of it and build into a business, but I got so good at it that I did end up turning into an actual full-fledged business, and ended up winning franchise owner of the year after just being in business after 1 year. And that was pretty much it. I shared my journey on YouTube, tried to share with people just to not to sell people on buying a franchise, because I don't make any money if people buy a cleaning franchise. If they buy a cleaning franchise in Virginia, just because that's where I'm from, I might get like they'll pay me like a referral bonus in the form of business, but I don't even get it in the form of cash. So I don't try to convince people. It's just that I like to help people, and I figure that's one way that I was able to come up, and I want to help other people get more ideas of coming up too. So that's just one of the many ways that I try to help people and share that they can use.
Well, let me ask you this.
All right.
I just noticed that you said you went with JanPro over Jenny King. And I know you don't really push one franchise over the other.
Right.
So why did you choose Gen Pro? Was it just the ease of getting in and the price point, or I mean, why did you go?
It was a couple of different things that happened. I like this because now you about to open up some stuff that I don't know if I disclosed on my channel yet or not. But because for the sake of time, I try to hurry up through the story. But actually, I bought in with Johnny King first back in 2014. What ended up happening was I bought a franchise that was already up and running from another franchise owner who was with Johnny King. But when I bought in, I think her franchise was only doing like $2,700 a month. But once I bought in, she was about to get a new account that was going to bump it up to about 4,000 and some change a month. And when I bought in, we put in the contract that I signed with her that if for whatever reason they try to take that contract back, knowing that she's selling it to me, that I could get my money back from her. And I put that in that contract because I had a feeling that it was a pretty big contract at a timeshare, and I had a feeling that they weren't gonna let just any new guy come and get it. And so I automatically, because me having experience, I was smart enough to think of that. If I didn't have experience, I wouldn't have thought of that. But and so what ended up happening was they actually did. Once they found out she was selling the franchise, they actually said we can't let you have that account. And so I had to get my money back from that girl. And I saw, and that left a bad taste in my mouth with Janet King in that area. This doesn't apply to all the Janet Kings. Each area is different. But in that area, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try Gen Pro out. And I liked the Gen Pro. The guy who was the owner at the time, he actually switched ownership now. The older guy who I originally bought from, he sold it, Ted Belden, and he sold to J Deal. Both of them were pretty cool, but I liked it, Ted, because he was straight up. You know what I mean? He came in there. When I came in there, he talked to me straight up. He told me about taxes, taking care of my business. And he told me that when I left, he won't never call me again. It was up to me to buy in, you know what I mean? I liked it that because a lot of these guys, they hound you and keep trying to just get that sale. And with him, it was like, I'm good, I'm chilling. If you want to buy in, you can buy in. If you don't, then oh well. You know what I mean? So that's what made me buy in with Jan Pro more than anything.
Okay. One thing I like about your story, man, is that for one, you chose once you got a, you know, we as black people, when we find something, and I'm gonna give a disclaimer first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro-black. This is my channel. I'm not, anything I say, any opinions that I have are not the views of AJ Simmons. Me and AJ, we may talk offline and stuff, but I don't want people to be like typecasting this brother like, okay, well, all he sells, all he focusing on is the black community. Even though he does have a compassion, I'm sure he does. But I just wanted to be understood that he's for making money any color. He don't care about color, and I'm all for that too. But don't mistake my programming and my channel being so super pro-black that means that he's not focused on trying to make money with any and everybody. So if anybody hears this video, I want to put that out there. Because you know, a lot of times we as black people, when we do stuff, if you get around somebody and they say, hey, this person's pro-black, it kind of limits that person as far as to what they can, you know, have access to. And I don't want that for anybody that I may interview on my channel or anything like that. So, you know,
I can concur with that. I didn't hear anything wrong there.
All right, but yeah, but the main thing, man, I like about your channel, bro, is that you got the information, like a lot of black people do. It's a lot of black people that seep into little cracks and get into successful situations, and they keep their damn mouth shut. Like this one guy I knew that was buying apartment complexes, and he refused to help me. I wanted to get into the business. Mm-hmm. And this was before I ever sold my first house. And I was like, hey, sir, I wouldn't mind being your apprentice. I don't want any money. I just want you to help me and teach me. And he refused to do it. That's why I rock with your channel hard, because you passing on the information. Even if you charge, I don't care about the information cost. If you don't understand that in this day and age, I just put a video out today where I put a lawyer actually taught me some stuff. But I had to pay that lawyer $500 for his time to show me how to do that tax lien stuff.
Right.
Stuff costs sometimes. You got to pay for stuff. So I don't knock that, but you are out here passing the information on. And
exactly. So, and I try to put as much out there as I possibly can. Like, cause if you said you went back to the beginning, so you know, it took me forever to charge, man. I've been doing YouTube for so long and giving away. but it takes so much time to put into these videos and in this material to get to the point where you're like, you know what? Don't cheat yourself either, you know, because YouTube ain't gonna pay you. I tell you that now. YouTube ain't gonna give you too much. You know what I mean? So it's like at some point you got to draw a line. But I really would, if I could give it all away, I definitely would, man, just because I want to help that bad. But it's like at the end of the day, I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta eat myself. You know, we all gotta eat. So, but I do my best to share as much as I possibly can for free.
That's it, man. You know, and my main thing, man, my main reason for having you on this channel, and the main reason I keep coming and watching your videos. I'm not like, I'm gonna be honest with you. First thing I'm gonna probably do is something else, but I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna probably do it within the first within 6 months or so. The reason I'm gonna do it, and for the listeners or anybody that comes back and hears this video, I want you to understand this one point. You could get in this business for $950. I've never seen that. I ain't gonna say never, but you could get in this business, and for $950, they guarantee, what is it, $495 a month?
Yep.
Of actual positive cash flow coming to your business. Now, of course, you got to get that cleaning may take 30 minutes a day, however many long minutes it might take you to do it. But you mean to tell me you guaranteeing business? They use the word guarantee.
Exactly.
So all you got to do is just hold up to your end of the bargain. If you hold up to your end of the bargain, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna win in this business.
Right.
They're looking for good franchisees, man. Go ahead and speak to it. I know you know better than I do. But.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, like that's the main reason why I bought in, and main reason why most people do buy in, is just because it's almost like it's too good to be true. Like, you mean to tell me that I can give you a certain amount of money and you can guarantee me that I can make a certain amount of money back? Like, I haven't found anything else that's like it. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I always recommend it to people. And when I get, because certain people, I consult a lot, and so when I get certain people, especially single women who have kids, who have a full-time job, I kind of just always default to telling them to go ahead and buy the franchise versus starting independent, just because at least they know they're gonna get their money back. And I hate to see somebody put all their money into this business and then they go independent and they got all this equipment and don't find out one account and never get their money back. You know what I mean? So just like, you know what, it's better to be safe than sorry. At least if you get it with the franchise, you don't like it, then hey, sell to what you got and then go do your own thing. Or okay, what you got? I would say, or if you don't want to buy a whole bunch of equipment, then just start on your own. No, I mean, I got a little starter kit that I put together for people, step-by-step guide on how to hire, how to grow your business, how to do everything. And you can do that, pay the $197 for that starter kit, and then get your $100 for your LLC, and then you in business for about $300. You know what I mean? So you could do it that way too. And then you like, okay, if I can't find no accounts, I buy a franchise. But either way, like, I haven't seen a model like that where you can just be guaranteed that you're gonna make some money back.
Exactly. Come here, boy. Where you at? Come here. You do 1 second, man. I had to go get this boy, man.
Okay.
He's right over here in the kitchen, man. But I would like you to speak to like that video after we did our interview, man. There was a video where a guy came and I did a video afterwards. I said his opinions are like, well, you know the rest. Mm-hmm. And in that video, I was just talking about how this guy who wasn't even in 10 Pro sat up there and gonna try to speak all authoritatively as to why you shouldn't get a business. I wouldn't get it because it's just like buying a job. And I'm like, damn, I done sat up here and spoke to this guy. And I know for a fact, AJ told me I'd heard from the horse's mouth. Not only that, I went into the 10 Pro franchise headquarters here in Atlanta, sat with the guy that runs the franchise here, and heard from the horse's mouth. It has nothing to do with, you know, being a job. You can hire from day one. You can work this like a business. You don't have to go out there and get a mop and broom and do it yourself. You need, you know, in which that's the way AJ pushes it. That's the way you push it, is you're buying a business. So yep. Yeah, if they pay $500 a month, you pay somebody to do it and you keep whatever you can net after the fact. And right. I hate to see people speak like they know what they're talking about and they don't know. So if you can speak to that.
Yeah, and that's just really not to to be blunt or put anybody down, but the fact of the matter is that's just ignorance. That's pure ignorance. Why would you speak on something that you don't have facts about? And then also, because a lot of times it's people, it could sometimes, I won't say a lot of times, but sometimes it's people who have had a cleaning franchise, but since they failed, they just quit completely and say, you know what? Well, it was just a job. You know what I mean? Or is that? But the truth of the matter is what you make of it. If it was a job, then how am I running my company from Florida and my company's in Virginia? You know what I mean? Why am I not having to report to work if it's a job? So, I mean, I just try to teach people that at the end of the day, everything is what you make it. That's what entrepreneurship is about. A lot of people still have to get that work on their self-help, you know what I mean, get the mentality of an entrepreneur because it takes a big shift. We've been taught our entire lives to think as an employee. So now for you to try to switch over and just be your boss, it take a lot more than just I'm gonna sit back and tell people what to do. People think that's all that the boss does, but I mean, if you're an entrepreneur and you building it from the ground up, and I mean, like it's so much that got to go on behind the scenes. So a lot of these people who saying this type of stuff just haven't had that mind shift training yet. You know what I mean? So that's all I really got to say about that. I mean, I got a
Hold on,
program.
let
What's
me
up?
interject something. What I noticed about your videos is sprinkled with different books. Richest
Yes.
Man in Babylon, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant,
Yep.
Retire Young, Retire Rich. I done all the Robert Kiyosaki books.
Yep.
Even a lot of Donald Trump books. Why we want you to
And,
be rich. The other
yeah.
one, you know, Donald Trump is a shrewd businessman.
Right.
And I learned a lot from, because a lot of times we don't have mentors. And that's really one of another reason why I rock with your channel. I don't have people like, a lot of times in your circle, especially as African Americans, we don't have people within our circles that have the right mindset, that are of the same ilk, if you will. You know? And a lot of times it takes, YouTube really has provided us an opportunity or afforded us an opportunity to be able to get around like-minded individuals. And me, I send a joke, an email or text in a minute. Not a text, but like an email, or I might go on your Facebook if they got it linked up and go and say, hey man, you want to do an interview? I sent a couple of people to interviews. You're the one that responded quick. I
Yeah.
got a couple of people I really want to interview with. Maybe they too busy. I ain't gonna say they, dodge me. That's not always the case. But
Right.
the thing is, I believe in pulling down information, getting it from books, getting it from people, and really every day, all day. That's all you think about. And I'm not trying to say it like you worship business as an idol, or I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we as Black people need to become like that. Like my son needs to see his dad doing this and thinking like this and running this type of stuff. So when he grows up, it's in his DNA. That's how he off the top. That's all he already, when he comes into a situation, if he gets a job, he's gonna look at, okay, I'm working for Joe Bob. He paying me 90,000, 100,000, but he making 2 million.
Right.
And I'm doing 90% of the work. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be able to make that 2 million. How could I put myself in a position to make 2 million?
Exactly.
We don't even think like that. We don't.
Exactly.
We look.
I'm making a video right now. This is exactly what I was doing. I was making my top 25 the richest Black women in America, top 25. I think I'm gonna put that one out tomorrow morning.
Really?
But and just because I was looking for it, and I said, you know what? There ain't a list out there. I couldn't find Forbes. Ain't got one. Nobody made a YouTube video about, not one list out there that had it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it then. And
Let
so
me
I had
get
to
your
do them.
opinion on something. Let me get your opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Like, one thing I noticed, man, and I'm not, I've been called a simp a couple of times on my channel because I don't bash Black women. I just don't. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I don't bash brothers either. I don't bash nobody. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
see the good in people and try to bring it out of them, right?
Right.
One thing I see when I go to these little conferences, and I see mostly Black women, man. I don't really see Black men. Maybe it's because of other circumstances. I don't know. But just from my opinion, is that you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of Black women at these conferences. I see a lot of Black women, in there. Yeah, I could post an article because one brother in the chat room just said one problem with that is Black women are afraid to promote entrepreneurship to their kids. Well, true and false. I think they're the fastest growing segment of entrepreneurs in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, yeah, traditionally that's the case. Traditionally, go to college. That's what my mom told me. Go to college, get your job. But I saw my dad. I said, man, my dad, man, I'm proud of my dad. My dad did this. My dad did that. You know, I got a video called "What a Black Father Means to Me" about my dad and the stuff he went through. And you know, this, and he had some ups and downs. You know, but I just see it differently because the information today is not as quickly disseminated as the stereotypes. So the stereotypes are saying, you know, black women are this, black women are that, and black men are this, black men are that. But the information as it is right now is not getting out there. That's why I get my channels. I like to look at demographics. I like to look at information. Black women right now are the fastest growing segment of entrepreneurs and have been for the last like 8-9 years of entrepreneurs in this country. And I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Well, I haven't looked up any studies, but I would assume that's right because just like you said, when you go to like conferences and stuff, most of the time you see black women. As a matter of fact, every time I go, that's all I see is black women at the conferences. You don't see a lot of black males, and I don't know if it's just maybe they more outgoing than men. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're right on that. So that's probably definitely accurate.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, when you go to these conferences, a lot of times these sisters are so excited to see a black man doing business and doing a lot of things.
You're right. It's almost a shock, ain't it?
Yeah, they choosing up quick. I mean, they choose when you go, which I ain't trying. I don't go to conferences for business. But if I was looking like for a woman and trying to, that's the first place I go. Because it's tons. Like I went to Black Enterprise here in Atlanta. It was about 65% black women. And it bothered me because I know when you talk about a society and you're talking about building a community, it starts with us, man. It does. Yeah. If we're not in our rightful place in society, we're in trouble. If we're not in the leadership position, not necessarily leadership like do as I say, woman, but more so leadership like, you know, provide, protect, a lot of different things, man. I'm a traditional guy. So for me, a lot of this stuff, it stems from this old mindset, you know, things that I think are good values. People live way longer than me. They got way more wisdom than me. It's a reason they think like that, you know.
Right, right.
That's just me, man. I know for you and your business, I guess I want to speak to you. I guess I would like you to probably speak to, you say you see more women. Can you talk about some success stories of people? Because I know you interviewed one brother, and he, you know, in 4 months, he had jumped up to like 60,000 a year. So just keep it good.
It's so easy. I'm actually scheduled to talk to a guy tomorrow because the mastermind group kept begging me to get him on, but he messaged me not too long ago on Instagram and let me know he was doing 50 to 60,000 a month, depending on how his post construction jobs go. But he said he's doing 50 to 60 grand a month, and he appreciates my videos and all of that. And so I'm gonna get him on tomorrow. So that's just one of the success stories. And
one of yours?
Yeah, one of my subscribers. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He got in through this business from watching your videos, and now he making 6,000 a month.
That's I don't want to take full credit like that, but that's basically
no. It ain't even about credit because it still works nonetheless. He still got to do it.
He still got to do it. But yeah, man. Yeah.
Man, that's powerful, bro.
Yep. And now he was hitting me up because he's
on that hangout, bro. Let me know when he on there.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Hear that. Look, any of my subscribers watching, I'm gonna repeat this again. Jam Pro is a great opportunity. You can get in with $950. I'm not getting paid to say this, man. I'm not. So it's not like they got a multi-level marketing scheme or something. And you sign up, hit the link below, and you can sign up under me. I'm just doing it because I see a great opportunity. $950. You start at $495 gross a month, and you go from there. And the beautiful thing about Jam Pro is if you're doing a great job, they'll just start loading you up with business, man. You buy the business.
That's straight up. And actually, the guy I'm talking about, I don't even think he bought a franchise. If I'm not mistaken, he did it from the ground up. But I do know other people who have done it with Jam Pro. I know a couple in down here in Orlando who's doing 50 grand a month right now, And I know a guy here in Jacksonville, he's doing a little bit over 20,000 a month. I think he was doing 30 at first, but he lost some business. So yeah, I mean, it definitely can be done.
So let me say this. Let me try to reiterate. Okay, we talked about this last time. You looking at anywhere from 25 to 30% of that gross as net. Am I right?
Yep. What did you say? 25 to 30? No, I would say about 20% net.
20?
Yep, 20% net, and that's probably on the high end. At the very, very least minimum that you should accept is 10% net. But yeah, 20% net is usually what I take home. And
Okay.
across the board, when I've talked to other people, that sound about right for them too.
How much work is that for the business owner? You've been in this business for a while. For a guy to
20%.
get up 6 figures a year, 100, 200, 600,000, whatever. How much work would that encompass?
Well, if you only getting 20%, that means you're doing nothing other than, like, far as cleaning, you're doing no cleaning. You're probably doing maybe if you go out and train, if you haven't got that part systemized yet, or but really just payroll. You know what I mean? You might be doing some admin stuff, or you might be doing some sales stuff. But it all depends on how much revenue that you're bringing in too. So it all depends on what level you at. But yeah, at the 20% level, if that's all you taking in, and obviously the work that you're doing is minimum. But so early on, if you making more than 20% of your business, then obviously you'll be doing more of a cleaning. Like most people start off as hybrid, where they'll probably clean like half so they can pay their bills too, and then they'll hire for the other half, and they'll kind of just operate like that so they can take home a larger percentage of the profit. But as they grow, they take a lesser profit, but they grow some more. You see what I'm saying? So it's less work. Yeah, you get a smaller percentage, but you're not doing too much work either.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So
my schedule, like when I was home in Virginia before I even came to Florida, my schedule was wake up. What do we do? Let's see. We wake up, take the kids to daycare, go to the gym, come home, cook breakfast, chill, take a nap, wake up, work on YouTube videos, go get the kids from daycare, chill with them for the rest of the night, and start back over. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a whole lot. Maybe we might sell during the day instead of making a YouTube video, but that was pretty much it.
That's the good life, man. Let me tell you something, man. I know what it tastes like to get up in the morning, to be on a Sunday afternoon, and you're not stressing like,
right,
damn, go to work in the morning. Damn. Yep.
I
know what that feel like, man. When I was flipping houses, that's what it was like. I mean, it was times Mondays, people be telling me, maybe I can work tomorrow. And I just be quiet, like, I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to do a damn thing. I'm going to run out the Lowe's in the morning, make sure these guys doing what they supposed to do out there on the house. And I ain't doing nothing else. I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to get drunk over there at Hooters and talk. That's what I'm going to do,
Definitely.
Let me try to get here.
So let me
get me and my boys on the road somewhere. We going to New Orleans going up to Atlanta to hang out.
Definitely. And so let me throw a little bit of yang in there. I put the yin in there, and I'm put a little bit of yang in there. In order to get to that point, I worked my ass off though. I done pulled 24-hour shifts. You know what I mean? When you first, because I'm telling you, when they throw you that business, they throw it to you. And so it's been times where I literally didn't get any sleep, and I just be out there grinding 12 buildings in one day, just because I'm building it up from the ground up. I ain't had no money in the bank, so I couldn't pay nobody to help me. You know what I mean? So I just had to work it all until I got it. And if sometimes my fiance couldn't come because we got 2 kids, so maybe we have a babysitter. You know what I mean? So and naturally, that's like, I know when people ask me like, what's some of my secrets to success? That was huge for me in this line of business. Having a babysitter is a big deal. You know what I mean? And so we actually had her sister, who we basically could drop our kids off to at any given time. And if it wasn't for that, I'm not sure if I would have been able to been as successful as I was able to be in the business just because of that. So, but don't confuse it for a second. I'm not selling no dreams. You definitely gonna work. You're gonna work your ass off. You're gonna scrub some toilets. But once you fight through that and you can get through that and you start setting your system up, you definitely can be smooth sailing.
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
The intelligent way to do it. This is just me. Just listening from what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Would you advise going into it like that, or would you say, look, like a guy like myself, I cannot afford 12 buildings in a day. I got too much. So And my girl, she got her own business too. So it's just that'll be hard to do.
Right.
But what would work for me would be starting it as a system from day one.
And that's what I recommend. Especially if you got a job like how you got where you high paid and you don't have uh like if you already set up and your job can pay your bills already, just set it up, hire from day one, get you some subcontractors, set up, and automatically you don't even touch it. Just don't touch the money that you're making from it, put it back into the business and keep flipping, and then you look back a year later and you see where you're at.
Okay. So I don't know if you've done a spreadsheet before or anything like that. Walk me through. Okay, I'm Joe Bob. I started the business. I got $950 plus the little $2,000 for the equipment. I know they're gonna hit me for that, right? So I pay for the equipment. I pay for the business. I put down the $950. What is it like? Like, okay, this guy, I'm starting a system. I don't want to work in it. How fast could I get if I'm not spending any money? If they give me 500 and I don't spend it, because I didn't do the math yet. I got the spreadsheet. I just didn't walk through it.
Yeah.
But how fast could I get it up?
Yeah, long as you don't mess up the accounts, as long as your people, whoever you got in there, going there and clean. Like really, you can grow as fast as you want to grow with the franchises because they get accounts so fast, and the other franchise owners usually aren't good franchise owners. So once they get one that's in there that's a good one, you get what you want for the most part. So from the time they give you your first account and you start cleaning, let's say in about 4 months, if you bought in even at the lowest level and you're getting 400 a month, you probably take that 400 to $4,000 a month in about 4 months.
Really?
And that's just what it is. Like, and that ain't even just me. Like I've been around, you know what I mean? From the time I started when I was 19, I seen it. From the time when I bought in again, I seen it. I'm watching other people buy in, I seen it. And I come down to Florida and I'm seeing it all again. So, and really, like down here in Florida, never mind, I'm not gonna give away all this stuff like that. But yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah, I had to take this thing from that boy. Boy, trying to stick a gun charge in the plug. In the plug. Oh. My bad, man. Go ahead.
He's snapping it. Yeah, but yeah, it is all good, man. It definitely can be done, though. It definitely could be done, and it could go fast. So I advise everybody to just be ready when it comes. And one more thing I want to add too, because I heard you say that Jam Pro is a great opportunity, and I don't disagree with it. After all, I bought in with Jam Pro, but I will say this: I never advocate for any one company. Number one, because nobody's paying me to do that, and they should pay me to do that if I'm gonna do it. But number two is because each experience could be different. You know what I mean? Just because the Jam Pro in Virginia is good or the Jam Pro in Atlanta is good, doesn't mean the Jam Pro in Nebraska is good. You know what I mean? So because they all owned by individual master franchise owners who you buy from as a unit franchise owner. So I want to put that out there that you definitely have to visit every franchise opportunity in your area, whether it be Janet King, Jam Pro, Coverall, CleanNet, Matt, Clean, what is it, Service Master, anybody. There's so many of them out there. So go to all of the competitors in your area, put them together, compare the numbers, and then you make the decision on which one is best for you, if any of them.
But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
I've done a lot of different business. I've done, I'm not just a do it half cock and give up type guy. I mean, I'm gonna give it. One of the subscribers asking, will this work in New Jersey? I don't see why it wouldn't. Don't they got it up there in New Jersey too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure they got it in Atlanta and Birmingham, and surely they got it in New Jersey.
And I'm confident that really is the same across the board, but I still got to put that disclaimer out there because I haven't met the franchise owners in every single locality. You know what I mean? But yeah, hey, there's definitely a location in New Jersey. So if I were you, I would go there and I would meet with them, see what they got to offer, and check it out. And if you got any questions about it, then just hit me up on one of my YouTube videos. Just search AJ Simmons and ask me whatever you got. Ask me.
But his name is Swayze TV, SWAZEE TV. So
okay,
anybody go check his channel out, check the brother out. Thanks for coming to the video, homie. But I guess for me, man, like as I listen to you talk, I see Jam Pro as the best for one reason: it's easy to get in. That's it. Other than that, I go Janet King or what's the other one? Rexall. What's the name of it?
There's so many. What coverall?
Yeah, Coverall.
Yeah.
And I've spoken with just about all of them, but I like Janet King just because any business you can get in for $900, you know, is great.
Right.
Black people need that ease, that low floor to get in.
Definitely
Now,
no loans or none of that.
yeah, and if you're a black person and you listening and you got $25,000, $30,000, you don't want to create yourself a job. You don't want to, you want to get some sort of independent income coming in. This is great, man. Drop you a quick $4,000, $5,000 out. Go and get in, come in at a higher level, and just let it work, man. I'm gonna do this on the side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna do expedited freight, and I got my partner. I've been trying to reach out to him. He always on the road and busy, but I'm getting into the expedited freight game first. But I mean, I'm kind of going back and forth like, dang, should I just jump on in this? It's cheaper, it's right here, and it's just gonna take me managing it. You know, and I got somebody who like yourself, who can kind of mentor me through it. Because I'm definitely, right. And by the way, speak to what you got, man. You got a mastermind group. If everybody, everybody needs to kind of listen to this brother, because he got a lot of stuff going, man. So if you could speak to that, you even got an affiliate program. So if you could speak to this.
Yep. So if you're interested in starting a cleaning company, whether it be with a franchise or independently, then come check me out. I'm AJ Simmons. I have a group called the Everybody Eats Mastermind Group, and what we do in that group is a bunch of entrepreneurs networking together. That's number one. I also have an online store where I sell all type of ebooks, digital products, exclusive videos where I break down on the whiteboard step by step how the numbers break down for this business, and also how to create a system out of your business, because nobody's going to teach you that. So I've created that to teach you that. And so all of that is in the group, or you can just buy the products individually on my site. But I'll tell you that you'll come out way cheaper if you just join the mastermind group, and you'll get every product I put out before and anything that I put out going forward for the rest of my life, as long as I'm doing this. All right. So, but join the mastermind group and you can get that. And then the big thing about the mastermind group is the fact that you can actually make money off of it too. It's $97 to get in today only, though. And it's ironic that you just called me up to do this interview. It seemed like it was perfect timing, but today is the last day to get in at $97 after today. It goes up to $297 starting tomorrow, but we have an affiliate program. And so every time that once you get in there, if you refer another person that could benefit from the group, you can get an 80% commission from that referral. Because the reason why I do that is not MLM or anything like that. It ain't no recruiting program. But what it is an affiliate sale. So, and it's called the Everybody Eats Mastermind Group, and I want everybody to eat. So that's why my affiliate commission is so high. A lot of people tell me that I should lower it, or it's too much and all that. But really, it's just simply because I don't feel like I should be the only one profiting off the opportunity if we all in a group and we working together as a group. So, because I learned stuff from the people in it anyway. Like yesterday, my girl Sierra, she down in Atlanta too, but Sierra can cook. If y'all ever heard of her, but she was in the group yesterday giving us tips about how to use your social media for marketing, and a bunch of stuff online, how to edit your videos, how to make professional Facebook ads. She actually going to do a full Facebook ad training coming up soon, and I'm going to do one as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the group that I think that a lot of people could benefit from. And that's it. And another thing, too, I will throw this out there. A lot of these other people that talk about the cleaning industry, man, they groups like $297 a month and stuff. So they killing people. I ain't trying to do that. I know that one of the main things you need to do when you're trying to start a business is get rid of bills. You know what I mean? And keep your overhead as low as possible, keep your home bills as low as possible, so that you can have more money to reinvest in the business. So that's why I got rid of my monthly fees and said, you know what, one time to get you in there, and I got you from there on. So if y'all want to join, definitely join. But at the very least, come check out my channel, see what I got to talk about. I give a lot of stuff, free information out for free. Look me up. So, but that's all I got.
Okay. Well, look, AJ Swayze TV said, what exactly does Jan Pro do for me? That, and it's Jan, not Jam. Jan, Jan, I'm sorry. Jan Pro, what he said, what does it do for him that he couldn't do individually? Which I would say nothing, technically.
Really? Yeah, right. So what they do for you that you can't do without them is nothing. However, they do stuff easier than you can do it, which is find accounts. That's the number one thing, because they do train you too. However, if you a subscriber to my channel and you ask me whatever you want to know, most of the time I'm gonna answer it. And then if you in the mastermind group, it's guaranteed that I'm gonna answer it. So
AJ, look, AJ people has videos where he's walking into businesses, recording it,
yeah,
letting you see what he says when he walks in. A lot of us black men, especially brothers that's over 6'2", 6'3", 200 and X pounds, might have a beard. I'm just being straight up. Like, I'm
right.
not an intimidating brother, I don't think, but I'm tall and I work out. I got a little muscle on me, so when I walk in the spot, white people look a little nervous. They do.
That's
So
fact.
as a black man, you have to have the skills to put them at ease. Well, this business is great because the first thing, let me tell you something, they love to see a nigga clean for them. You know, but that's just real.
And that's facts. I done had racist customers before, but you know what? They don't care. They feel like I'm where I belong anyway, and I don't care because I'm getting paid regardless. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. He also said, "Please tell me you're selling cleaning supplies too."
Oscar, I missed it. What was that?
He said, "Are you?" This boy throwing boxes around, man. He said, "Are you selling cleaning supplies too?"
I do. So I don't have a lot of stuff on the site right now, but I do have my starter kit that comes with everything you can need from the backpack vacuum to microfiber rags, the mopping bucket, everything that you could get if you bought in a franchise. I have that on my website, or I have the cheaper starter kit that doesn't come with the equipment. But yeah, I got that up there. I also have a couple vacuums up there, but I don't have a ton of physical equipment up there right now. I just have a lot of digital equipment that I'm a digital product that I sell for the most part. But I do have some equipment. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just get one. No, bye. Get a drink. Bye. Yeah, man. My bad, man. She give me something. But
No.
yeah, man. That's great. I mean, I told y'all, man. This guy, AJ Simmons, is one of the best YouTubers I've ever seen, and he should have way more than the subscribers he has. If you're a subscriber to my channel, please go subscribe to this brother. One of the best YouTubers on the YouTube. Like, this brother gives you. See, explain something about my channel. My channel is about resources. I brought you on my channel, AJ, because you about resources. You give people information. You
Yeah.
give websites. You give phone numbers. You ain't just talking about this pie in the sky, white supremacy this and white supremacy that. You giving, man, bump all that. This is what step one, do this. Step two, do this. Step three, do this. That's what we need, man. We
Exactly.
need individual. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and he told me, he said, man, you know, if you talk on a macro scale, yeah, you can talk about racism and white supremacy. You can talk about slavery. You can talk about sundown towns and Jim Crow and COINTELPRO and all the, you know, the CIA and the drug programs and all the stuff they done did. And he said, you'll be right. He said, when you talk on an individual level, you can't do that. On an
Right.
individual level, you have to talk about, okay, what have you done? Do you not need to start talking about your own personal hangups, your spending habits? What's your credit score? Basic stuff. So that's what this is about. And the reason I got you on here is because you about resources. I've been on your
Right.
website. I done checked you out. You see what I'm saying? And I
Exactly.
like
And I just try
that.
to give people some stuff that I wish that I had. You know what I mean? I don't want a bunch of people just giving me a bunch of bull crap. You know what I mean? Going to give me the runaround just so they can sell me later. I am going to sell you later, but before I even try to sell you, you're going to get a bunch of gold nuggets. You know what I mean? I'm not about to just talk you in circles until you come pay me. I'm going to give you what you need. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, let me put this out there too for your listeners. If you go to my website, www.ajsimmonsonline.com, look for the 5 ways to make money with no money right now e-booklet that I wrote. It's very, very short because I know I don't like to read a bunch of long books either, but it will help you. It actually got 5 practical ways that you can make money with absolutely no money, and it's free. It's 100% free. You just go up there, add it to your cart, and check out. All right, so if y'all want to figure out more ways to make multiple sources of income, I put that e-booklet together. Maybe you should go check that out.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what we need, man. We need some brothers out here that's, you know, gonna stand up and do what it takes. And a lot of times, man, I'm gonna say this, you know, black people, You know, we cut the TV on. We see people getting killed. We see the things happening, man. Today, and I've always said, you know, 500, 700 years ago, a man could, you know, grab a sword and a spear and go out there and kill somebody and do what he had to do for his
Right.
manhood. It ain't like that nowadays. Women got jobs, cars, you know, they got certain, you know, they got appliances, they got certain things. So now it's about being able to provide financially. And, you know, one of the biggest ways you're going to be able to provide as a man, a lot of times, is not going to be given to us as black men. In certain cities, man, you got 50% unemployment for black men within certain age groups.
Right.
Up until like 40. From like 20 to 40, that's a drought for most brothers. It is. I'm talking 30-some% unemployment on average. I bet it is. They don't even record half those brothers that's unemployed.
Right.
That's why I wasn't the biggest Barack Obama fan, you know. So, but now, man, this is about real manhood. Really, when it's all said and done, it's about. That's why I like Dame Dash when he did that. He was on Breakfast Club. What did you think of that? When he was on the Breakfast Club.
I actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know if it was this channel or the channel I had before this one, but I posted that on my channel before. But as soon as I heard it, that was gold to me because they need to hear that stuff. You know what I mean? And with a platform like Breakfast Club, where you got so many black people listening, most of them still sleep. But at some point, you might put a seed in it. You know what I mean? You might plant a seed where it maybe a year down the road or something, they're going to come across that same information and they're going to start to click. But yeah, I love that one. You know what I mean? I can't say that I agree with every single thing Dame Dash do or say, but I love that interview. I love the energy that he brought, and I love the point that he was trying to make.
Exactly. That right there to me, man, was probably one of the best interviews I've seen on that channel. And it wasn't
Right.
because I like when Boyce Watkins is on there. And, the guy Jay Morrison, he's the real estate mogul. I like him too. But the thing is,
I love Jay Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is with your boy, with Dame, was that Dame came from they was actually being combative at it. It was coming at him, trying to disagree, trying to disprove what he was saying. And Dame came with some real stuff about putting your own money up.
Right.
He's like, man, you know, put your own money up. You know, you know, we all don't have millions of dollars. Somebody, if you get a bank loan, that's still your own money because you're liable for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's one way of looking at it.
Right.
You know,
and I liked that message too because that was something that went against like my fiance. She took a business class not too long ago in the neighborhood, and they taught her that you never go into a business without having a loan. You have to get a loan to go into business. And I was like, I can't believe they actually taught her that, just because most most people that like all the billionaires, they all started with like out of the garage or out of the house with a
5,000 or less.
You know what I mean? Larry Ellison, the fifth richest man in America, started with $1,200 investment. I'm like, where in the world would they tell her something that's like that? And at first, when I first heard, I was like, well, maybe it's true because every business I started, I didn't get no loan and shit. I had to close them all. So I was like, maybe they got a point. But the more I started researching, I was like, nah, they wrong on that one.
The average business is started with $5,000 or less. That's a fact.
And that's all it takes. That's really all it takes. Like, because the business should be able to make some money where you can just flip it and reinvest it anyway.
Man, look, I had a homeboy one time. He came up with an idea. He got some black paint and was going around painting curves with some stencils and putting folks' addresses on their curves. In a white neighborhood, they was paying him $20 a house. Took him like 5 minutes. He get some paint, run that joke on there, do his stencil. He'll run a black line, and then he'll come inside the two black lines with it being all black, and then just put white stencil for the address. I mean, what that cost? A bucket of paint? It cost 2 buckets of paint? I mean, that's a business for under $40, man.
Yeah.
Cutting grass. You get you a on Craigslist, get you a cheap $50 walking lawnmower and a $20 weed eater.
Exactly. Look at YouTube. You know what I mean? It costs nothing to get up here. Then if you put the time and you put the effort in, you can get a check from off here.
I'm gonna tell you something my brother did in college, man. He was in college. They worked us to death, man. One summer he went and got a walking lawnmower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And went put some flyers out, right? They worked our ass like slaves. You hear me? he said, man, I'm gonna let this go, man. This is because I'm from Alabama, man. If y'all don't know, Alabama summers are like it's like hell, man. I mean, you get out there in that heat. We out there 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, middle of the day, burning up, and we was cutting big ass yards, man. We was cutting them. I mean, he made a lot of money, but and I told him, I said, man, you need to get a riding lawnmower, But the riding lawnmower, he was trying to get something new. Back then we had this thing called a bulletin board. We had the internet like we do now. Because today you probably go on Craigslist and get a riding lawnmower for $300, $400. But back then, riding lawnmowers, the only ones we knew of was the new ones. You paying $1,500 or more. So he was trying to save the money up, but they worked us so damn hard. I was like, man, they killing us. I mean, we made a lot of money that summer, but it was hard work.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know now, I would have redid that business completely different.
Right.
You see, I would have hired some people. It'd have been completely different.
That's what people got to get. I know so many people doing six figures in the cleaning franchise, but they all doing it like it's based around them. They work in all of them buildings, all 30 of them buildings, all 20 of them buildings every week. Like not in one day. Some of them like 5 days a week, some of them once a week. You know what I mean? But they got 20 accounts total, and they got to get them done at some point during that month in order to get that $10,000 check every month. And it's like, I mean, that's cool, but they work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 7 days a week, day and night. You know what I mean? But all they know is, well, I'm making good money. But it's like I can't see that, because when you go to sell it, who you gonna sell it to? Nobody's buying a job. That is a job if you're gonna work it all yourself. So that's why you got to create a system out of it. And also, he can't grow no more. A person that does that can't grow no more because he's maxed out. That
fazed me a second ago, man. I've seen people in this industry that are making six figures a month. Some of them more. Well, not millions a month, but high six figures, 120, 100 or more, basically.
Right.
And what stops people? Why haven't I heard of the $10 million a year guy? That's a franchisee now. I'm sure there are private companies making that. But what stops the franchisees from getting north of the most I ever heard was 8?
You know what I think? I think it's time, because I think what a lot of us don't realize too is it's a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot, and it takes time. And sometimes, like, you might do 500,000 this year, and then you might grow, and then your growth might be 600,000 next year. But it takes a lot. You might not even do a whole nother extra 100,000. You might take a step back, lose some accounts, and do only 25,000 extra. So that got to factor into it. And then also, like I said, it's just a lot. It really is. Like, I be looking at some of these celebrities sometimes, and I be thinking, like, 'cause you know how you watch the net worth and stuff, and I be thinking to myself, dang, Oprah been at $3 billion for the past 3 years. Like, why she'll just take that money, flip that jank in it? But it ain't that easy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's time. I really do think it's time. I seen who was it? A guy that I bought I was actually just telling the story to the mastermind group. Guy that we going to reserve our wedding venue from. He had a business that he was doing about $8.5 million a year from, and he sold it to Cisco. But he said he did that thing like for, I think he said he put about 15 years into that business, to work 10 hours a day, almost 7 days a week. And what that taught me was, damn, if you put in all that work and you was only doing 8 million, because me, I'm looking at it like, damn, just 8 million. But really, for 15 years, though, it took him 15 years to get that. And so really what I think it is nobody's done it that long correctly.
I heard you say that. You said, man, some people work hard for like 3 months and then complain.
Right. You know what I mean?
That grass cutting.
Right. Or they'll spend their whole first 5 years doing it, trying to work it all. And then their 6th year, they finally figure out, damn, I'm supposed to create a system. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I went through it for a long time. And then I finally realized, you know what? You got to set a date that you're going to say to yourself, I do not clean, period. You have to do that, or else it ain't going to happen. Like, if somebody called off, we automatically just assume the role that, oh, I got to fill in for my worker. No. If the worker called off, you got to communicate to the customer and tell them, I don't got nobody for you today. Can we reschedule for tomorrow? Like, as a CEO and as a boss, you got to change your mindset. You know, and that's the biggest thing. That's why sometimes people get mad at me because they want me to just be practical, which I do a lot. But I always tell them you got to train that mindset too, because that's the biggest part of it.
Well, look, I played basketball, man. The biggest part of basketball the reason I love sports is because you're going to get hit in the mouth, not physically hit in the mouth, but you're going to get hit in the mouth in that people are going to, you get out there and you running up against a guy and this guy's a high level player.
Yeah.
And he do some stuff and you like, damn, that was a nice move. You know, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? You know, Robert Kiyosaki talked about the difference between an entrepreneur and an employee. And he said the entrepreneur just handles his fear differently. He's wired to handle fear differently than the person. They both experience fear, but the person that's the employee handles fear by saying, man, I need to get me a part-time job, man, because I'm getting behind. The entrepreneur or the business owner / investor would say, man, I need to find me some more investments, or I need to, you know, either tweak my business
or something,
because I'm losing money. What's going on? Stop the hemorrhaging. So that's the key, man. That's it. I think it's all about understanding what they call the E-myth, which is I'm going to work from home. And that book, there's a book called The E-myth, which stands for entrepreneurial myth.
Yep.
That you're going to work from home and live the quality life. And people get frustrated and burned out after a couple of years and just deflated because they, you know, there was this one in that book, it talked about this lady who could make great cakes. And he came in and tried to be her consultant. He walked in there. He said, man, this lady was just broke down in tears when they sat down at the end of the day and started going through the numbers and how she was struggling. And she said, man, I'm working cakes. I'm making cakes all day and I'm doing this and doing that. And at the end of it, he got her to get out of the business and focus on growing the business itself instead of working in the business.
Work on the business.
Day to day.
Yep. And that's what it come down to. Like, because in the beginning, it's cool, right? You get to, because you get, oh, I ain't got no job, I'm my own boss. No, I mean, you get to take your Instagram pictures and show up there. You know what I mean? Everything cool. But I tell you what, you keep being self-employed for about 1 year, and I guarantee you're going to feel like you got a worse job than what you had before.
Because it's a treadmill.
Yeah, because you will. It's going to be worse because you're going to be working twice as many hours than you were working at the other job. You're going to be making, you might make more, you might not even make more than what you was making at the job. It all depends on what type of business you in.
Yeah, like for me, if I did that, I'm sorry, it would be hard for me to do that because it just
exactly that could just like with me, like when I was cleaning business, that's why I figured out how to create a system out of it faster than most people do, is because the job I left, I was making 20 something an hour. Well, if I clean all these buildings myself and keep the profit and don't hire, I'm only making $16 to $20 an hour. So it's like, damn, if I clean them all myself, I'm making less than what I was making at my job anyway. See, but most people when they buy into the business, they coming from $10 an hour, $8 an hour jobs. Well, it's like they just happy that they had to have something. You know what I mean? So, but
if I could get a check and clear $3,000 a month, I'm dancing in the street. You telling me I'm managing it from my phone and I'm clearing an extra $2,000 or $3,000?
Right. You know what I mean?
That's where I'm at with it, AJ. I'm happy with that because even though
everybody can't see that vision though. Everybody can't see that vision.
Like, well, man, you make more than that. Yeah, I make more than that. But this is a couple of $1,000s that I didn't have to technically get out the bed to go get. I had to, like my money, I do IT. I have to get out, go to work, sit in the cubicle. I have to do meetings. I get, contrary to popular belief, you can get tired using your brain. You can. So, you know, by the time I do all that, I'm burned out. Whereas if I go and I do, I got a dude and I make a couple of phone calls here, it's still some sort of management. But and after that smoke clear, I get a check and I pay everybody. I'm gonna pay everybody out of my pocket 9 times out of 10 anyway.
Right.
Then when I pay them out of my pocket, when I get that check, that's my check. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm good, man. I think we kind of, you know, and if it just boils down to $400 a week that I don't have to work for, think about it. When you do real estate, you got people that go borrow $300,000. And after the smoke clear, they'll make $250 a month, $300.
Exactly, man. And that's why, like, because I really wanted to do real estate so bad. But I decided to do the franchise first just because the profit, like the money would come way faster. It would take me forever. Like I had to pay $100,000 to get a single family home, rent it out, and make $400 a month from it. And it's like, wait a minute, I spent $100,000 to make $400 a month. when I could have put $950 would have got me $400 a month from the franchise. You know what I mean? So that's why I had put it in respect. And not to say that cleaning franchise is better than real estate. Hell no, they're not. But you know what I mean? Like for the person who's just trying to see money faster and get their self out of that job faster, I honestly believe that if you started, because I mean, entrepreneurship, if you look at the billionaires, every single one of them became billionaires. Well, not every single one of them, but most of them became billionaires from entrepreneurship, not from real estate. You know, you got a couple of them, and they got real estate in their portfolios, but it's the entrepreneurship that got them there.
Let me ask you a question on a side note. You've heard Jay-Z's new album, right?
And I forgot I got a limited amount of time left too, because I got to get ready to do this conference call with the mastermind group.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
Have you heard AJ? Have you heard Jay-Z's new album?
Yep.
What did you think? Because it's a lot of people. There's a guy by the name of Tone Talks, and he really goes in on Jay-Z, saying that he's being unrealistic, telling people to invest because black people aren't in a position to borrow money. That's what he said. He says that you can't, like he said, it's unrealistic to tell people. I got a video on it, you know.
It's so exhausting to even have to deal with that, but we got to deal with it because it's our people, right? But man, that's ignorance again. That's ignorance, and I wish I could talk to this guy and really break it down and explain. Like, first of all, you don't need a loan to invest anyway. So why? Like, that's just a victim mentality, is what it is. It's you automatically saying that I can't do anything because the white man won't let me do it. But here's my thing. Well, at what point did the white man become God? Because that's what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's like a lot of us will say, oh, the black man is God, the black woman is God, and the white man holding us down. Well, that's a contradiction. You know what I mean? How can somebody hold God down? If you God, then God the fuck up and go get it then. You know what I mean? Like,
that's it.
You know what I mean? My bad. I know you Christian too, so I ain't gonna go too far. But I mean,
No. I'll say I said that on my channel, even though I disagree with it as far as the concept. But I understand, given that premise, if you are seen as who you say you are, then by definition, I mean, you're so powerful that you created all this.
Right.
You can't even create a job.
No, I mean, like, come on, like, you can tell me somebody you gonna let somebody hold you back?
That's
if you want to hire you, fine, go make it yourself.
That's it. So
ain't want to work for him no way. I'm glad he ain't hired. You know what I mean? Like, get that attitude about it. Yeah, I know it's not fair.
The problem I have with this guy is it ain't gonna sell problems. I don't really know him, but the issue, this guy got 20-some thousand subscribers. In the comments, he's getting all these likes, comments. Oh man, tell him. I'm like,
exactly, and that be the ones, and it's because negativity spreads faster. Unfortunately, they want an excuse for why they feel. They want to know. They want a alibi for not being as great as they thought they would be when they was kids. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna say this, man. And I know you got to go. This is the thing. People bash the church and Christians and stuff like that. I'm like this, man. You could think Jesus white, but if you out here doing what you got to do and you building, I'm down. I don't have to, because to me, I think we get so focused on the concept of God and the concept of spirituality. We so focused on that to where we can't even function. We're so spiritual, man. Like, we too spiritual. Right. Even in church.
Right.
Church, man, folks all falling out and slobbing. And I'm like, man, look, man, you do that, then you'll cuss me out when I walk out the door.
Right.
What major on the simple stuff first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you going, the Bible says a righteous man leaveth an inheritance. Are you going to leave an inheritance? Are you doing like the parable of the talents? What are you doing with what you got? The resources that you have, are you utilizing them to the best of your abilities, or are you just making excuses? We as black people, a lot of times we specialize in excuses. That's it. And as soon as somebody, and I say this, I'm a coon for saying this.
Right. Like they're gonna throw that on you now, right?
I'm like, wait a minute, and I'm gonna let you go, but this is the last analogy I like to give. If you look at it, the guy, if you go back and look at a house nigga, you got your house nigga and you got your field nigga, right? Mm-hmm. Your house nigga wanted to stay on the master's plantation And I know people say he loved the master. No, he stayed on the plantation because he got the master's resources. Food, clothing, shelter, right? The field nigga, when he left, he wasn't gonna get nothing.
Right.
He wasn't gonna get nothing. When I say nothing, nobody was gonna feed him, clothe him, then. You know how I learned this? Reading Uncle Tom's Cabin. When Uncle Tom, the old master died, when his master was gonna give him his freedom, and he died, he said, man, you know what, you deserve to be free. I'm gonna give you freedom. And then he got killed. So when he died, the wife came to him and he said, hey, master had promised me freedom. And she said, well, what do you need with freedom? How you gonna feed and clothe and take care of yourself? You need me.
Exactly.
See, knowing damn well that it wasn't about that. I'm like, well, I'm feeding and clothing, take care of your ass technically because I'm running the damn whole plantation, you know.
Right. And that's
but at the end of the day, we don't look at it like that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna let you go, man. This boy done tore up this, done some crazy stuff. I gotta get on to him, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me on, and you know I'm available almost anytime. So hit me up whenever you're ready for me again.
Man, I had you on here, man. I got a lot more subscribers lately, man. So I figure I'm gonna bring AJ back on here because
I'm gonna have to get you on my channel next too.
Check this out. Any other subscribers that listen to this video, scroll down, man. I got another interview with AJ Simmons. Is in the title. In fact, I'm gonna go look at the name of the video just so people will know, and I'm gonna recite the name. Please go watch this video, man. We went through every nook and cranny of the cleaning business as far as to what it takes. It says AJ Simmons of Jan Pro interview. Go check that out. It was just a month ago. I only got 80-some views on that video. That video should have hundreds of views because he giving you the blueprint, man. He just did, and this is a good interview as well, but I'm saying he giving you the blueprint as far as to what it takes to be successful. So please go check it out. Any last words, brother?
I just want to thank you, Bill, and I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. And hopefully I was able to leave some type of positive impact on everybody listening. Be great.
All right, man. Well, look, let me go because this boy, he getting antsy, man. But you have a good Sunday, man.
All right, then, you too.
All right.
All right, bye.